They say that when you are hungry, you can't think of philosophy. Equally, I'd like to play devil's advocate with you on this. When you're in conflict, when you're fighting each other, when you're killing each other, when there is bloodshed, how can you think of spirituality? And that is what I have been intrigued
spirituality is not just thinking.
No, in the context that, sorry, Gurudev.
No, spirituality is in your DNA. It's part of you. Compassion is very much a part of your life. Only when there is suffering, compassion will come up. Sense of service, sense of belongingness, all these are what I would call a spirituality. It's not just sitting and thinking about somebody. It is, this spandan, the vibrations that you feel and you emit to others.
Your work in conflict zones, conflict-struck zones, Gurudev, has been phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And it includes the ending of as I'm sure everyone knows here, the decades-long conflict between the revolutionary group FARC and the government of Colombia, for which you've been acclaimed globally. Why do you keep going back to conflict zones? Why does Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar keep going back to zones of conflict? Is it necessary? Is it necessary?
Arnab?
Yes, sir.
Gita was born in a conflict zone only.
Sir.
And the use of Gita or the philosophy, the knowledge, is more in the conflict zone when everything is comfortable and you are at peace, you are in joyful mood. You don't need any philosophy there. Correct?
Well, Gurudev, this smile of yours is sometimes very worrying for me. You appear so quote-unquote chilled out all the time, Gurudev. What happened last time is that, this Rajita, he was flying a chopper, he was going to one place, and suddenly there's breaking news on Republic TV. The first news comes. Sri Sri Ravi Shankar's helicopter going through a cloudy area has had an emergency landing. And I called Ajay and Rajita in panic. I said, find out. And the next thing I see is this happy man next to a chopper, which has landed, God knows, in the middle of walking around happily as if nothing happened. So Gurudev, you have to appear to be less calm all the time, You're going to have an impact on me, which I might transmit at 9 p.m. So when Shazia comes on my show...
Arnab, I need a contrast. And you need a contrast, so...
Oh, this is incredible.
Okay. Now, look. You have showing this picture right in front of you. You know what is this? This is our center in Ukraine.
1 minute, let me project it if we can, please, on the big screen. Yes, Gurudev, you can.
This is the center in Ukraine, which is almost 3/4 complete. You see, the roof is not yet completed. Yeah. And I was going to go inaugurate, but before that war broke out. And this is the center which was housing many refugees. Okay. It's in heart of Ukraine. Wow. So people were teachers and volunteers were there helping people to stay there, and that was like a railway station. People are everywhere with their, they showed me pictures. And so this is the center that the people built themselves.
Wow.
In Ukraine, where the picture is there.
Built in the period of conflict. It is built in the period of conflict.
Before the conflict, but during the conflict time, it has helped people to, house people, so many people there.
Earlier today when we were talking, every theme, every meeting and conversation today has been about transformation. And I have found this quiet confidence in our leaders, decision makers, business leaders who have come on the platform. We had all the 3 service chiefs also earlier this morning. And in the context of spirituality and humanitarianism, Gurudev, we are today globally surrounded by conflict. What sets India apart? We have Taliban and Pakistan in the West. We have an unfriendly China in the east. We've had problems on the Myanmar border. We've had internal conflict in Sri Lanka, all reeling through internal conflict. We have never been an aggressor. We have never been an aggressor. The art of living has taken the Indian philosophy, our Vedic tradition, globally at scale. At scale. Is there a role for India? I want to just expand on this, where we can actually be the beacon light globally.
Yes, India has been in oasis even while financial crisis. Our country has sustained itself and has been in a very progressive path. Thanks to our administration, our leadership in this country, they have done well in upholding India in the times of crisis. Yes, India has always been a source of inspiration. Whether in philosophy or in humanitarian work, we have excelled. You know, the very slogan, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family, which has been here in this country for so long time. And today, the world is recognizing the impact of that humanitarian work and the spiritual need. See, you know, when we started yoga and meditation 42 years back, people thought this is only for some recluse or some monks who would stand on a Ganges bank with all ashes. Yoga and meditation is not for common people. But I tell you today, 2.5 billion people, more than, 1/4 of world's population are practicing yoga and meditation. Vegetarianism was a taboo. Today, it's so common around the world. So, India has so much to offer, whether it's philosophy or its culture, or our diverse language, and the way we sail through all tough challenges. We take challenges and how we move through it. This is all something that the world is appreciating.